Hi YouTube, it's Kathy, and this is my weekly entertainment wrap-up for March 3rd through 9th. This week I read 3 books, I watched 2 shows, and I listened to 1 book. First this week I finished What Makes Girls Sick and Tired. This is a very tiny little book, basically a list of things that make girls sick and tired. This is an arc I got through work. It has some beautiful artwork in it, and it did try to be intersectional, which I appreciated. For me, essentially reading this list was yes, 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 I feel all of this, and then I felt more tired afterwards. But it seemed like the perfect thing to pick up on International Women's Day. The next book I picked up for the Dragons and Tea book club, which is The Last Call at the Nightshade Lounge. This one has a really intriguing premise, that being that bartenders, if they mix drinks properly, can imbue magical powers on people for the time that that drink is in that person's system. Mostly they do this because there are these creatures called Tremens who are evil and will kill people, so they use these magic powers to fight them. Different drinks mean different superpowers, which is pretty badass. Our protagonist is just out of university and can't find a job in her field, so she starts bartending. By random happenstance, she happens to make herself a screwdriver, which happens to give her powers, which means that she's indoctrinated into this guild of bartenders. This was a much more interesting premise than the execution. There were some things about it that I kind of appreciated, but a lot of things that I found myself going, I don't care. The romance in this book is kind of questionable because she's bartending with her ex-best friend who she hasn't seen in 4 years, and the last time they kind of saw each other, he admitted having feelings and she sort of ran away. And now she finds herself getting feelings, but he has a girlfriend now. I did appreciate that this had Asian American rep as well as trans rep, and it was fun to have that random Canadian character in there because why not? I mostly say that because I really liked Bucket as a character. Bucket was hilarious. But also I've never met anyone that Canadian in my entire life. So it's an interesting premise and a quick enough read, but it's not the best thing I've ever read. The next book I read this week, however, was pretty darn good, and that's Red, White, and Royal Blue. This is a hate-to-love romance between the first son of the United States and one of the princes of the United Kingdom. I appreciated a lot of things about this book. It is set just after the Obama administration, and the person that won after that was a female president. Not only that, but she's a divorcee and has a mixed-race family. I really appreciated that during the narrative of this book is when our protagonist realized that he's actually bisexual. As someone who was in the Clueless Club for a very long time, that was close to my heart. Not only is this peppered with in-jokes to do with US politics, it also deals with what would happen if somebody in the royal family came out as queer, and I just stinkin' loved it. I was fortunate enough to get this book as an ARC. Thank you very much to my friend McKinley for passing it on to me. And this book comes out on March 14th, but of course you can pre-order now if you like this premise as much as I did. On to what I watched this week. I did watch a couple of episodes of Fear the Walking Dead. I don't really remember them. We were kind of talking over them and that type of thing. And the person that I watch it with, we might be on a little bit of a hiatus, so it might be a little while before we get to the end of season 2. As for Survivor, we're still on season 17 and also of course staying current on season 38. As far as 17 goes, there have been some blind sides, some that I really appreciated because I didn't like those people very much. And we did get a blind side on 38 as well, and this is when kind of a vengeance thing is going to come back because he was very not impressed at being voted out, but he's gone to the edge of extinction, so we'll see how that goes. The book I listened to this week was On the Come Up by Angie Thomas. I was so excited to get to this because obviously I loved The Hate U Give. Although this takes place in the same universe and does reference some things that happened in The Hate U Give, it's not a direct sequel. This book follows 16-year-old rapper Bree, who is just trying to make it so that she can get her family out of the immense amount of debt they're in. Her father was killed when she was 4, her mother supports them but doesn't have a very high-paying job, and her brother, who has just graduated from university, has come back and is not working in his field, is working at a pizza shop to help them scrape by. As the book opens, she's waiting to find out whether or not she'll be selected to battle that night. There is so much that happens in this book and so many themes in this book. It touches on rap and artistry and staying true to who you are, but also deals with poverty and street violence and trying to be a mentor for children younger than you. On top of this, because of teenagers, we also have a few different romances going on. I feel like this world was very fleshed out, and one of the things I really appreciated is there was more than one queer character. There were at least 4. If you enjoyed The Hate U Give, you will definitely enjoy On the Come Up. If you haven't read either, get on that. That's it for this week. If you've read, watched, or listened to any of these, let me know about it down in the comments below. On the way down to the comments, if you hit that subscribe button, that would be very nice of you. You can like and share this as you see fit, and I will see you very soon. Bye!